They're the most unconvincing couple in the galaxy. One was assimilated as a child into the Borg Collective. The other is a disgraced Starfleet officer and a deadbeat mom who is also, wait for it, a drug addict living in a trailer in the desert by Vasquez Rocks. Hey, didn't Kirk fight the Gorn here? You know, cause remember the Gorn? Watch as Raffi and Seven try to get along.
Give me the tricorder.
Nag at climate change.
It's beginning.
Commit homicide. Ew. Steal a police car. And then see Raffi bring Seven coffee and Seven will ignore her.
You haven't touched your coffee. You never don't touch your coffee.
He let us up there on our first date.
Then they'll remind you that in 2024, interracial gay marriage is still a thing.
We just got engaged.
And when it's all over, see the least hot lesbian kiss in television history. Don't miss Jerry Ryan and Michelle Hurd in Karen and Karen. You know, don't think you're so special. I've seen hotter lesbians on television, and much hotter on Star Trek already. This season on Star Trek Picard, the crew set off on their wacky adventures. Picard finds himself at home with his Romulan involuntary compelled workforce. Oh wait, that's slaves. Raffi and Seven go off on their mission to fix climate change by nagging it to death.
The future we saw starts right here.
Agnes gets to enjoy a little me time.
So I'm not exactly dating material.
And Picard and Q take a look at his trophy room. Ew! And the Spanish guy has a run-in with the Federales. Uh-oh, better not drop the soap there, buddy. Don't miss all the hijinks on Picard. You'll laugh yourself silly. At least until Strange New World premieres. Now streaming on Disney+.
Well, look who it is!
Everyone's favorite little green guy is back in town, and he's not alone. Then watch as Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni attempt to salvage whatever is left of Boba Fett's character by having him ride the Rancor, which is actually pretty dumb. Seriously, the holiday special gets Boba Fett right and this doesn't? What the hell is wrong over at Disney? Then see our little buddy and the Rancor make friends, and then watch as the two of them go nappies. Oh, that's adorable. Baby Yoda stars in, who cares anymore? This started out with so much promise, but just like Rogue One and everything else Disney Star Wars, it just couldn't stick the landing, could it? Coming soon to Animal Planet. What happens when you take the Summer of Love's fiery but mostly peaceful protesters and you combine them with shark interactions? You get one wacky petting zoo reality TV show mashup that you don't want to miss. Don't miss Autonomous Zone Petting Zoo, the only reality series where the sharks pet you. Coming to Animal Planet.
Back in the day, these guys worshipped a violent god called Landru, who suppressed their creativity until Kirk figured out it was actually a computer. These knuckleheads went back to worshipping Landru.
Don't make me paradox you into destroying yourself. This is literally the exact thing Captain Kirk taught you.
Well, I like purging people during the Red Hour. I'm going to keep doing it.
Dude.
Yeah, I know. It's always weird revisiting planets from the TOS era. You know, Spock, Scotty, those guys.
Get destroyed by a gangster of Triskelion or whatever. Pathetic little flying hammer.
Well, Wesley Crusher worked with his mom. Maybe everybody will be cool about it. You said Wolf 359 was an inside job?
How to decorate the captain's yacht.
If changing's not real, the Dominion War didn't happen.
Titan is also within range. Boimler?
I thought the Enterprise was strong. We thought you were the Enterprise.
Hacklids?
Guys, right here? Yep, great stopping that. You did
How
good.
much contraband have you hidden on my ship?
Double hit punch! I wasn't mad that you were stealing the Sacramento promotion.
What about the needs of the many?
Artie and I wasn't invited?
Sorry, what was that? I hate it when a ship gets repaired and comes out looking all sovereign class.
Fluidic systems and how to reroute them.
He's with the prophets now. A tribble?
Yeah, that's for personal use.
You were sort of my Chadich.
Sooner or later, I'm gonna run into you, and I'm gonna feed you to an artist. You hear me?
I'm sorry I'm late. I was watching the first Enterprise on the holodeck. You know, Archer and those guys. Those guys had a long road getting from there to here. You know, they have a little Risa.
Should we take the little Horgan? Oh, the jazz.
The following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat.
Is it just me or did he sound like Takei on that last one? I think he sounded like George Takei on that last one. Hello, welcome. We are doing a lot. We got so much to cover. I had like 27 topics, and I went with this topic bukkake in my face all morning of like, I don't know what to cover. I don't know what to cover. I want to cover this and this and this and this and this. So I settled at around 11 in the morning for the one that got started yesterday. So that one's in the works probably for tomorrow. Tomorrow. It is, warning, it is a review on that Hunter Biden's laptop movie because I thought it would be funnier than Kevin Smith's Clerks 3. And I think I made the right call there. So it's gonna piss off some people, but it's going to entertain the right people, I think, because oh my god, this movie, you gotta watch this movie. It's so ridiculous. It's so crazy. We got Ezra Miller's Messiah Complex going on over here coming up tonight. We got some She-Hulk stuff. We got all these Rockstar things. We've got Gen Zers are wearing all slutty stuff. And they're like, what's going to stop us? Oh, I can tell you what's going to stop you. I can tell you it's going to stop you real quick here. So, what is today? The Queen is no more. And a billion people showed up for her funeral, and Kevin Trudeau sang some Queen. Is that what happened today? So this is it. It's not covering up. I'm using the shitty camera too, so you don't see them. And yeah, anyway, because I got this shitty camera. It's okay. I know. I love the Queen. She's so sad she's gone. I understand it completely. She's like everybody's grandmother, you know? She's the nice old lady on the television talking to you about Christmas and making you feel better if, you know, there's a war coming. And what was that? That was the cat? What do you do? Oh, okay. Oh, the corgis waited at Windsor. Oh, don't tell me that. Speaking of the Queen, did you guys hear? See, now I want to cover this. There's a ghost thing going around about the Queen. Should I clip these? Or just record the whole thing? Maybe I just record the whole thing. Who knows? Let's clip it. The Queen is gone, or is she really? Yeah, I think she probably is, because they've done the funeral thing for the last 2 weeks. And it's actually been really touching and moving, and like I was saying in chat, she kind of just feels like everybody's, like the world's grandmother, you know? She's the nice old lady on the television talking to you about Christmas, or about, you know, New Year's, or you know, if there's gonna be a bad thing happening, she'll tell you to
smoke weed every day,
subscribe to Mecca. She'll tell you it's gonna be okay, and she's reassuring, and she seems like she cares about you, and she has cute doggies all over her. Well, there's a weird thing going around. We got a ghost video right in time for, is it ghost or paranormal? This is where my interest kind of kicks in. I'm like, oh, there's a thing. It's a ghosty sort of thing, or is it a spooky secret message during Queen Elizabeth II's funeral chills viewers to the bone? Are you sure it chilled them to the bone, or did they just get a little, I don't know, verklempt? Maybe a little bit.
Let's go eat some fried fish. Come on, Vogue, I can go. Let's go eat some fried fish. Cause there's no more pasta. Oh no. So we got
No, we were going for touched, removed, not disgusted and weirded and creeped out. You weirdo, creepy woman.
Damn, we're smooth.
Show some respect, Beavis and/or Butthead. This is royalty that died. Look, there's a crown. And, you know, I don't want to mock it, but this is so cool and this is so weird and we got to discuss this. What was just whispered on the TV? Here we go. So they're showing the procession here. Can you guys hear this? Let me turn up the volume, make sure I can hear you guys and you can hear it. You can probably hear it okay.
the death is irreversible, and the fact that she's
As you can see,
The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's traveling. Let's hear that again. Let's hear that again.
the death is irreversible, and the fact that she's
as you can see,
And so that was just on the television.
well, as you can see here in London, it is a lovely day, and as the hearse heads out into West London, Emily Morgan.
Is she? See, my spooky senses say, oh, my woo senses, my Alex Jonesing goes on up here. It says, did they release statements too early and she wasn't passed on? And she's actually okay, but now they've gone through with the whole thing because it was set in motion the second somebody leaked it to the media. Is that what happened? Or the clip soon became a subject of conspiracy theories. That's what I'm going for. Owing to the creepy nature of its wording, that it was spoken in a whisper, and the fact it was quickly cut off. Some people even began to claim the voice in question was the late Princess Diana. It was not. That I can tell you. I don't believe that was. We can't endorse any of those conspiracy theories. Obviously, we're truly not even certain if the clip in question wasn't doctored in some way. Upon noticing, yeah, this is one for the Aluminum Archives. Where's my bumper for it? I should have it right here.
When real conspiracies become far too outlandish, that's when parody conspiracies look even more like reality. It's time to strap on your headgear and search through the Aluminum Archives.
This is so spooky. I don't think it was Princess Diana. Let's see. We can't even be certain that it wasn't doctored. That's weird and spooky here. Let's take this from, cut all that from the Aluminum Archives and come back here-ish. Upon noticing the tweet took off in popularity, the original poster made a follow-up tweet insisting it was taken directly from the ITV broadcast and was not doctored, but the social media user also shot down any speculation that the voice was Diana speaking. The Twitter user offered their own explanation, likely a guest at the studio, not realizing mics were live at the time. So he says, this tweet blew up a little, a few points. No, I didn't edit this. This was as broadcast. No, it's not Diana. Likely it's a guest in the studio, not realizing the mics were live. I don't know what she says it's supposed to mean. Give me a follow, shameless, I know.
the death is irreversible, and the fact that she's
as you can see,
What do you mean it's irreversible? The fact that she's traveling. I don't know. Well, the fact, how would it be irreversible? How would it be irreversible? She'll join. I'm wondering if they didn't get another feed mixed up, but this is probably something in regards to the procession, because they're saying the fact that she's traveling. But what do you mean the death is irreversible? It's witchcraft.
as you can see here in
Is this
London.
a movie maybe? Because I went and I dug into this and it took me to a clip of a woman talking about cryogenics, and I watched it and it had nothing to do with any of this, and that statement was written out, it was typed out in there. The death is irreversible, but it didn't continue to. She's traveling, and it was spoken by a male.
Day, and as the hearse heads out into West London, Emily Morgan.
And that looked like she was sitting in the passenger seat, doesn't it? It looks like a woman in a... Oh, no, this is even spookier. Oh, this is even spookier. Now we gotta go full screen. I gotta go full screen on this one. Do you guys see this? Here, look at this. Look at this, what I'm seeing here. Look at... In right here, you see this? Do you see this? You see this? What was in the second seat there? Did you guys see this? Do you think she's still alive? Is she sitting there in the passenger? Is that her ghost?
As you can see here in London, it is a lovely day.
It looks like she's sitting right there with a bright white or yellow dress and her
As
hat.
the hearse heads out into West London, Emily Morgan.
The death is irreversible. The fact that she's traveling, sitting there in the front seat, is going to confuse everybody. Oh no. It's a ghost hitching a ride. England's as old as hell. Oh, Lord. What do you guys think? News just in. Death is irreversible.
Heads out into
It looks
West
like she's
London.
sitting there, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It looks like she's just sitting there right in the passenger
Emily
seat.
Morgan.
Oh no. Who would be wearing that color? Isn't everybody pretty much in black and in dark? Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? So somebody was saying, I'm obsessed with what happened. The Queen's coffin is lined with lead, following the tradition dating back to the Victorian era when it was necessary to seal bodies for resting above ground. Elizabeth I was buried in a wooden lead-lined coffin in 1603. This helps to preserve the body for up to a year. This is the promoted narrative. The real reason is much more sinister. It's because Henry VIII's coffin ruptured as he decayed, filling the halls with putrid royalty. Ever since then, royal officials have been a bit paranoid that it might happen again and do everything in their power to prevent it. And it's in all of our interests. BBC, was anyone talking at the moment this clip starts? Many people hear Lady Diana. Please check. Did they respond? It's not Diana. I don't think it's Diana. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It's on ITV. It's clear from the on-screen logo. I watched it and I heard that high-pitched notice, but not the voice. That would help if BBC looked. It's not a ghost or Diana. It was an ITV presenter. Death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped doesn't sound like a prompt. I think she says traveling. Oh no, it's She-Hulk. That's She-Hulk twerking. She-Hulk's gonna start twerking at us. Go, 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 go. Sorry, her face, just make her green. Make her green. Michael Jackson, is that you? Yes, it's the voice of the woman who died 25 years ago talking to the news. No, I don't think it's Diana. I really, really don't. It's the ITV's in-studio grief counselor rehearsing a line she subsequently said again live in the studio when she next went on air. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So I think we got to the bottom of it. I think we figured it out. I don't think that it's spooked or haunted or any conspiracies. It is probably somebody in the studio. Their mic's probably going off, saying something about that.
As you can see,
the death is irreversible. Oh, I wonder if she's talking to somebody else. Like, if somebody's saying, I can't believe she's gone, maybe. I don't know, but Steve Botham, Canadian $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Royals, Ghosts, and Jiggles. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going back to my live chat. I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. But it is a weird thing to say, though, isn't it? You're right. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye! Yeah, you're probably right. One speech ran over the other. That's kind of cool, though. All right, so that was the first thing. Now that everybody's here, share the stream. Where's everybody? Hit the like. Speaketh. Chat away. I am reading you guys. And if anybody else is live, tell them to get over here. We're doing these, and these are more important than what other people are saying. No, probably not. But we can think it. Oh, we need something to drink. I double filled my Mountain Dew. And it's the pink one. That raspberry spark that tastes a lot like Surge. I don't know how that works. It's supposed to be like a raspberry lemonade spark thing. Alrighty, what's our next story? Rockstar, here we go. We got leaks. Do you guys want to hear the leaks? We got a statement and we got leaks. I don't know if I want to do a whole video on this because everybody's doing videos on this, but maybe I should do a whole video on this. We'll record it in case it turns into something. Why not? Right, that'll work. Well, that spoils everything for GTA6. No, I mean everything. Like, they leaked pretty much every wrong button aspect of the game. I'm sure you can do that in the game too. I am Mecca. Please subscribe. And thank you so much for supporting this channel. We are talking about these Rockstar leaks. I can't really show you anything. I don't know if I can even show you this. Well, it's text, and it's not text from the game. If anybody saw, this is going to have spoiler. If you don't want to know, then don't watch this portion for the next maybe 10 minutes or so. Rockstar's much anticipated GTA 6 is coming whether we want it or not. And I've heard many speculations that this was going to be the Saints Row of Grand Theft Auto. That because of the alleged leaks of the quote-unquote playable female character lead, it's going to be pretty much the same garbage as the Saints Row disaster. It's going to... Now these are the rumors I've heard. So just take it with a grain of salt. This is what people are speculating. This is what I've heard. This is what I've read from anonymous nobodies on Twitter. That this was shaping up to be something as disastrous as the new Saints Row, and rather than this could be another Aluminum archive in its own, I think. So let's go ahead and play that bumper.
When real conspiracies become far too outlandish, that's when parody conspiracies look even more like reality. It's time to strap on your headgear and search through the Aluminum archives.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Rob Robosh Shlomo, and I paid money for GTA 5 twice.
Why?
Because I had a PS4 and I had a PS3, and it was really good. And
Zabo, don't do that.
And I liked it, and it was I get to go pew pew pew, and more pew 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 pew.
She literally goes pew 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 in Saints Row, in the new Saints Row. Oh gosh.
Pew pew. Pew, pew, pew.
There's a mission where you go up the back end of a worm and shoot polyps in the new Saints Row.
They're garbage bags filled with disgusting brown water, but
same difference. Same difference. So this Grand Theft Auto, I've heard speculation. You've heard this too, probably. Have you heard this? That it was shaping up to be just as bad as the new Saints Row. It was going to be this woke trash. Spoiler. It is confirmed that you do play as a playable big juicy booty Latina lady woman person as one of your protagonists. Her boyfriend is a very MAGA looking white tank top wearing, gun toting.
Wait a minute. He's a MAGA guy and she probably snuck over the border. Oh my God.
Do you think so?
Probably.
That's racism, and you could be canceled for that.
She probably came over.
You could be canceled for that, and you know
it's
it.
in Vice City.
That was the other spoiler. We were going to get to that one. You spoiled it. So trim this part out. Yes, we were going to get to it.
Darn.
Not only are those leaks true, but they also spoiled one of the most important things that Rob also just spoiled a second ago, that he cut out for the edited version. And thank you so much for editing these. I appreciate it.
Ouch.
What ouch? I'm just snapping this into existence.
No,
they're in Vice City.
That wasn't a snap. That was my neck cracking.
They're in Vice City. So don't get me wrong. I loved the Vice City thing. However, I loved the fact that you played it in the 80s. Mm-hmm. This is clearly not in the 80s. This is pretty much modern day, newish Grand Theft Auto that's going to be in today times with modern day stuff. Sure, it looks kind of pretty. Sure, it looks like you can customize the car to your heart's content, and that was probably one of the problems with Saints Row.
Well, they want to be all modern with like cell phones and stuff like that. So I mean,
So the game has 2 playable characters. Here you go. 2 main characters, a female, visibly a couple. Female's name is Lucia. Game will Lucia, probably Lucia. She's Hispanic. Game will revolve around robberies and heists. Both characters can be seen robbing a store, possible co-op. Game will have stealth mechanics. You can carry a limited amount of guns. You can drop and pick up a new one. You can rob stores and containers at the dock. May contain vehicles, weapons, cash, etc. Game still uses the Euphoria physics engine. You can shoot while swimming. You can carry bodies. You can use the Vice City Metro to get around the city. That's kind of cool. Did they have the bus in the other games?
Not the bus, but they had a train.
Oh, okay.
The LA Metro. Yeah.
Okay. Clothes have physics. You can move while being prone. You can move and shoot while crouching. Police are much smarter in gunfights. More drive-by options. You can sit and shoot from the passenger window cargo bed. Wall cover mechanics similar to GTA 5. You can jump to cover, similar animation in Red Dead 2. Cars are highly interactive. Now, they have video of this all over the place, but they're all getting taken down. So I figured this we can probably cover because this is just text and describing it. Hopefully. More robbery options and behavior. Some NPCs will drop to their knees and you can restrain them. And that's all for now. All right. So this looks very interesting. It got confirmed very quickly that it was real. And Rockstar has a statement here. A message from Rockstar Games. We recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early game development footage for the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption in our live game services nor any long-term effects in the development or ongoing projects. So I thought it was a disgruntled employee was the rumor yesterday, wasn't it?
I thought so too. Yeah.
Wasn't it? That was just a rumor, though. And that they had sold the code and the open source code on eBay. There was all kinds of stuff going on yesterday. We are extremely disappointed to have any details on our next game shared with you at all in this way. Our work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we will remain as committed as ever to delivering an experience to you, our players, that truly exceeds your expectations. We will update everyone again soon, and of course, we will properly introduce you to this next game when it's ready. We want to thank everyone for their ongoing support through this situation. Yeah, but you spoiled it by it being, well, is it really spoiled though? I mean, is this going to be like the case of like The Last of Us 2, where they strategically let leak or gets leaked coincidentally, beneficially to everybody, I think, that here is part of this game that's going to drum up just enough controversy with the right people and the right, outrage mob, right? The fact that they, of course, leaked the main character as being female.
Oh, did you say Ree? That's my name.
Yeah.
Ree.
Okay.
Okay, it's enough.
So that's... Do you think that might be part of... Do you think maybe they leaked some of this on purpose just for controversy?
I don't think so, because usually when they leak something, it's not... Usually if they leak something, it's not this rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because this had like all the text on top of it, like the code, and it was clearly in this unfinished state. Then I'm seeing all these memes going around. They're saying, oh yes, it looks unfinished. Clearly an unfinished game.
Well, yeah, it's because it is unfinished.
Yeah.
None of the characters have hair. Well, a lot of them have the plasticky textures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, it's clearly an unfinished game. I don't think they intended for this to happen.
No. Chef says the guy who leaked it was on his way out. That's what I heard too. That it was somebody who leaked it as a revenge sort of.
Yeah, I mean, God, I mean, how Grand Theft Auto 5 sold what 150 million copies? They don't need this kind of attention. That's right, Morbid.
That's true. I mean, they're gonna sell 1 billion copies anyway when it gets leaked. So.
Yep. I sure will.
Well, in that case, so these are all what early development. These models are built UV'd with high res. There's obviously a fleshed out map. I'm betting onto coding the missions, and they're not often far in the final debugging. I'd say this is about a year out.
I think
somebody's saying.
It's summer to 2023, 2020, maybe fall 2024.
Maybe. I'm leaving these all flagged because I don't want to show anything just in case. So if you do want to see those leaks, they are out there. I just don't want to be playing them.
You can more than easily find them.
Yeah, I don't know. This game might actually really suck. This might be as bad as Saints Row.
Nah, usually they take... If Rockstar takes its time with games to make sure they're good. I mean...
Oh, no, but I mean, this might have a little bit of weight to it that it was shaping up to be the next Saints Row.
Yeah, well,
So I don't know.
I want to know what happened to Agent. That's all. Why did you cancel Agent? Give me Agent, please. Okay, that's going way back.
Who's Agent?
Agent was that a spy game they developed and never got released.
Oh, okay. All right, I am Mecca.
And I'm Agent Shlomo.
And I don't know if GTA6 would be any good now at all anyway.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye! Okay, try not to scratch the floor, please.
Yeah, she's Shulky.
Shulky.
Shulky? What's the headline there?
Oh god, you want to talk about She-Hulk? We got Game of Dragons too. We got both of those. Lord of the Dragons.
Well,
Lord of the Rings. Oh, Lord of the Power Rings.
First?
Actually, we're gonna talk about House of Dragons probably tomorrow, maybe.
All right. Shulky.
Oh god, She-Hulk.
Another Victoria business fair for Victoria Alonso. What's
good? Is it? Oh, here you want to stay for this one? Stay for She-Hulk. It's funny.
Like I said, it's.
But don't scratch the floor.
Well, I'm trying not to. I'm lifting it up so that it just kind of barely kind of drags.
What was the My Hunter thing?
What?
My Hunter thing. It was Breitbart something.
My Son Hunter.
Yeah, it was Breitbart.
It was Breitbart. Yeah, Breitbart made the movie.
It's awful. Oh my god, it's awful.
It's edited like a YouTube video. It's edited like they took a bunch of memes, fed them into a computer, and it spit out a script. Incredibly bad script at that.
Mecha only saw herself in the animated Little Mermaid. No, Mecha saw herself in The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years. That was my representation back then, because I didn't care about mermaids, because Disney was stupid.
So you're saying smoke a lot of weed and watch the film. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that movie's awful. That movie's awful.
It's not good. It's not good. I don't care what your political leanings are.
It's not going to convince you if you're on the other side.
No, but it's not from a film standpoint. It is not a good film.
No, from a movie standpoint, it is. Well, we're gonna have a review coming, and Rob's been busy editing that today. So. Oh, the Woke of the Dragon. That was awful too. Okay, She-Hulk. She-Hulk. How do I start this? What's the thing? What is it? You're just way too close to me. It's so too hot with you right on top of me here.
Best lawyer, best man for the job. Apparently not. This is.
Do you want to maybe close the door so we don't get any other?
Hang on. I gotta get up and And then
it's gonna get way too hot in here too.
Well,
I know, but I can't have the noise so much. She-Hulk is still a thing. She-Hulk is an embarrassing failure all around for everybody involved. It isn't even succeeding as a comedy. I am Mecca. Please subscribe, and thank you so much for supporting this channel. We have a couple of articles here from She-Hulk. Which one do we want to start with? I don't know. Oh, fashion, as a fashion episode. As a fashion episode, the fashion industry is throwing shade on She-Hulk's. She-Hulk is every plus... Oh, I can't even read this one. Fashion industry is throwing shade on She-Hulk is every plus-size woman's story ever. Oh, God, this reads awful. This reads like a tweet, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Is it me or is this headline awful? Fashion industry throwing shade on She-Hulk is every plus-size woman's story ever.
It makes no sense.
No. It's basically talking about, well, I don't know. We don't care about this one. This is not, every story is not a winner. Everyone is not a winner. I don't know how to make that funny or care right now. So we're going to go to the other one. Come back from the thing, and we're talking, that's not the right one. She-Hulk is an embarrassment. Here. It's going to be this one. How much of an embarrassment is She-Hulk? And thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. Please subscribe. I am Mecca. We're taking that whole thing over again because how much of an embarrassment is She-Hulk? Well, so much that it didn't even break into the Nielsen Top 10. Another failure for Victoria Alonso's business strategy of what? Spandex, making it a fashion industry statement on plus-size women's clothing, because that's exactly what every Marvel movie fan wants. A statement on plus-size women's clothing not fitting us. And that's what we see here with the spandex, too. I suppose. I can't even relate to this. I know, contrary to popular belief, I don't wear plus-size clothing. But this is such an embarrassment. That's how we tie these together, isn't it? Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Rob off camera, and I'm here because I've been watching this thing.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
How?
For everybody involved. I mean, look at this crap. Go. See, you can see it right there falling around in her pants because she crapped herself. Data tracking company, the Nielsen, you know the Nielsen's, the one that send you $1 in the mail for filling out what you watch on TV, released their viewership data for the week of August 15th through the 21st, and Marvel Studios' She-Hulk Attorney at Law series is not on any of their top 10 lists. Wow, not even, because I was going to say, what about streaming? Even in the streaming.
Wow.
She-Hulk premiered on August 18th and was beat by The Sandman, Stranger Things, Never Have I Ever, Lock and Key, I've never even heard of that, Virgin River, A League of Their Own.
Really?
Wow, more people watched The League of Their Own with about black lady whammons
baseball and
doing the giggity and crying in baseball and stuff. That was historically inaccurate to the based on a true story that The League of Their Own used to be. That's a whole other story. They had to beg people to give them positive reviews on that one. Do you remember when that happened? Mm-hmm. So The Sandman, Stranger Things, Never Have I Ever, Lock and Key, Virgin River, A League of Their Own's on Prime Video, Echoes 2022. I have not heard of that. Only Murders in the Build and Instant Dream House. How many of these have we even heard of? 2? Sandman and Stranger Things? Mm-hmm. So that's all the originals. Do they have the overall? Oh, they don't have it clicked. It's unclear if She-Hulk Attorney at Law is the worst performing Marvel Studios television series on Disney+, given Ms. Marvel's first episodes made the charts back on the week ending June 12th with 259 minutes viewed. Minutes viewed. 259 million. Well, 259 minutes viewed. That's believable, too, because really, Ms. Marvel's just... And the partition... What does that do? That just keeps your groceries from getting in the other person's lane, that little partition. That's really important in this show for some reason in the Ms. Marvels. I don't know why. They're really big on not letting their groceries touch the other people's stuff, right? Mm-hmm. She-Hulk Attorney at Law could have performed better than Ms. Marvel. It could have. But it probably didn't. Who's watching it anymore? Regardless, the show is not making the charts in the first Marvel Studios show to not make the Nielsen's top 10 charts. As noted above, Ms. Marvel placed 10th when it debuted. Oh, wow. At least even Ms. Marvel placed better. I think by the time Ms. Marvel said, yeah, we're definitely doubling and tripling down on this, the MCU, Lady Wham and stuff, they're doubling down on the cultural Marxism dings, buzzwords is. Where's my ding from my cultural Marxisms? There it is. And the social communisms. And the
dirty capitalists.
Grooming the children. And the...
And the social capitalists.
Yeah.
And the democratic narcissists.
And they're gonna turn your kids into a gay. Is that the other one? That's the other one.
They're spreading the gay.
They're spreading the gay. So that's what's going on there.
The GHEY, the gay.
Regardless, the show not making the charts in the first Marvel Studios show not to make the charts in the Nielsen Top 10, as noted above. We already read that, didn't we?
Yes,
Moon Knight, which debuted on March 30th, was 6th on the Nielsen charts at the time, with 418 million minutes viewed. Hawkeye's 2-episode premiere on November 24th saw viewing minutes hit 853 million. Loki had 731 million. And Falcon and Winter Soldier, 495 million. Finally, WandaVision had 434 million.
You notice that the number of minutes viewed is going down with each show.
Down with each show, because by the time you get to the Lady Whammon ones, that's really all you need to know is that they're really pushing this bad Marvel stuff. They're pushing this Whammon over having good stories, having Whammon on screen. I don't need to see myself on screen that badly. Sorry, never have been that narcissistic. Anywho. What's interesting about Nielsen data is it calls into question the other data analytics companies supporting the claim that She-Hulk did on par its first 4 days streaming compared to the other Marvel shows. Well, they probably only go by clicks, not by minutes. So that's how they get you with the difference, is that analytic measures how much are people actually watching versus are they checking it out with a click and then turning it off immediately because of shit. And that might be what's going on here. Samba TV reported She-Hulk was watched by 1.5 million U.S. households, streaming in its first 4 days, available on Disney+. Yeah, see, they're going by number of clicks. So if people are tuning out that quickly and not watching much of it, they're probably it's not getting better, guys. It's really not.
Oh no, it's dreadful.
This is comparable to WandaVision, which they claimed was watched by 1.6 million households 5 days after its premiere. Well, maybe because they're going to the marketing it towards the people who want to identify and hear plus-size women's stories and stuff. Maybe that's why. It's not connecting to your male comic book audiences. All right? She's an unlikable B-word. She's as bad as Gladriel, and it's not getting any better. It's really not. MCU Disney Plus series by the numbers. Yeah, there's your numbers there. Even half the people watched WandaVision of Loki almost. So here you go. There's Victoria Alonso. There she is. So Marvel executive Victoria Alonso detailed the business model during an appearance at Annecy International Animation Film Festival back in June 2021. While answering questions to if she ever gets tired of Marvel Studios moving the topping the box office charts, Alonso said, "The reason that we have success consistently is because our audience is global. You cannot have a global audience and not somehow start to represent it. For us, it was really important to have that representation and diversity and inclusion and the seeing yourself on screen and all the stuff that actually isn't important to anybody except for studio execs." Like this really is going to tie into our other two videos here. I guess this is just going to be an all-out representation and diversity piece. It's going to be a little bit longer than 9 minutes because we got two more here. Why black characters in Rings of Power and Little Mermaid make fantasy better? Yeah. No, they really though?
Good writing makes fantasy better.
Yeah, just good writing, and I can watch anybody at all on screen. I mean, look at House of Dragon. That's a perfect example of that. That's amazing. Babylon 5 was amazing. There's a whole bunch of Babylon 5 stuff going on that I've been trying to cover. They've been pushing this. They're saying, racists complained about Halle Bailey.
It's so important for black children to see people who look like themselves.
Do you really think
property?
that...
I'm like, why?
Do they don't have tails? I don't have a tail. I don't see people with 2 legs in there, and what if having 2 legs on screen is more important than seeing a fake hair color that I may have dyed myself, right? I guarantee you, if you show the same little girls the original trailer to The Little Mermaid, they're going to be more excited, because if you see the Disney one, and if you can see the Disney one, it is dark, it is gloomy, you can't see anything. Under the Sea doesn't look very attractive to the eye because nothing's popping. Nothing is coming out of nothing feels real or alive. Everything looks unfinished, everything looks unlit, everything looks unprofessional. It looks about like we had music videos in the 1990s of bands underwater that you could see more than this woman, than this poor actress. So do you really think that these little girls are going to want to see themselves, quote unquote, on screen versus see the one that looks better to them? I guarantee you, if you would show them this and the other trailer that's the cartoon, they're going to gravitate to the cartoon more because it's bright, it's vibrant, it's animated, it's alive. It feels like something. And your audience isn't as stupid as you want to treat it. They are going to see right through this marketing attempt, this ploy. And even Forbes is saying that stuff like Lord of the Rings has inexplicably terrible writing. Like, they cannot hide how bad these shows are and just blame you're an istophobe and you're ism. You just don't like women. You just don't like diversity. You don't like whatever. When you can't even hide it anymore. Do you want to read any of this? This is a 17-minute article. Holy crap. Maybe we'll do a whole read on this Lord of the Rings one. Stay tuned for that. But She-Hulk, I mean, for crying out loud, people aren't stupid. People don't necessarily care nearly as much as I think that the executives think they do. For the longest time, we heard a woman-led film will never open. I say, please check. Captain Marvel made a lot of money. They always told us that Black Panther was never going to open and that nobody wanted a completely black cast, and that made $1.3 billion. So you can look at it from the social point of view. Yes, if you market anything correctly, if you make it be released at the right amount of time, if you use it, if you get lucky, if you get lightning in a bottle, if you lead up to the biggest endgame event ever, you can make billions of dollars with properties that might not be very good, that might be focusing on diversity, inclusion, representation, all the buzzwords. But at the same time, your viewing audience isn't going to stick around for it forever. Your shows are not gaining viewership. You're losing. You're on the downward spiral. You need to start fixing this stuff. And if they end up getting rid of this stuff, I won't be shocked. A lot of these companies are trimming the dead weight. There's a lot of other places people can go for entertainment. Not that Hunter Biden movie. That was awful. Watch that only from a curiosity point. I am Mecca. What else you got to say about this? I've been going on too long.
People failing upward never fails.
And that's what they're going to do. And I'm never going to have the chance for my representation as an executive because none of them look like me at all. But whatever. I'm Mecca. I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye! Oh, I don't care about them. I'm going to try and chew my guitar stand. That's that cat. He's a bad boy. Oh, yeah, the Ezra Miller thing. We got that coming up, too. You gotta talk about Ezra Miller? Or you wanna go downstairs? I go downstairs with you. Alright, I'll talk about Ezra Miller. Oh, Ezra Miller's gonna be a hilarious one. God, Ezra Miller would be so crap. Don't you hate him? Oh, his mother should have swallowed. I'm so tired of him. That's a crappy Miller. Oh, it makes me subscribe to it. Makes me subscribe to it. Oh, is there a version of this, Rob, that you can find that's not Vanity Fair subscription only? Let me find it. Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller. Vanity Fair. Bounding. Here we go. We'll use boundings because they're... Yes, MCU may be woke, but the anti-woke stuff is just as bad, if not worse. I mean it. Rob, I can hear everything you're doing down there. Rob? Rob? I can hear all of that. It's all coming on the mic. And now I forgot what I was going to say. Well, looky who's going to get a bunch of hippies to follow him into the desert. This Flash actor, Ezra Miller crap, this is what gets you demonetized. The world is just turning into this. So, if you guys do like this content, thank you so much for supporting it. I am Mecca, and this content does not pay for itself, you know. And the Ezra Miller videos aren't going to do it either because they want to bury this. They don't want you to know. They want to hide this all behind a paywall. They want to treat him, because everything he's done is a little bit too spicy for YouTube. His name is even banished. Banished, is that a word? It might as well be today. There he is. We had to go to a freaking Bounding into Comics article. I tried to say comics and article at the same time because Vanity Fair, they want you to subscribe. Screw off, Vanity Fair. Blow me. Your stuff isn't worthwhile anymore. You're not like putting naked pictures of Demi Moore up there anymore. And if you would be now, that'd be a bad idea. Probably. The Flash star Ezra Miller, reportedly under delusion that they are Jesuses, believes on marriage to Native American spider goddess is supposed to bring about the apocalypse. Did you hear this, Rob? Oh no. According to a number of actors' close associates, the rabbit hole of Flash star Ezra Miller's recent run of trouble behavior goes even deeper than previously believed. As in addition to having supposedly groomed a number of youngins and provided personal disregard for the law, they also reportedly believe themselves to be the actual Jesus Christ. That guy. I don't know if that one's demonetized either. Probably is. Who knows? Right? Right? The new allegations regarding Miller's almost 2-year spiral into supervillainy were first reported on September 19th by Vanity Fair, who themselves gleaned the details by speaking to more than a dozen people who crossed paths with Miller in recent years, some of whom worked closely or lived with the actor on the 95-acre farm in Vermont. That guy's weird, isn't he? They, them. It's a they, them person. It's not a guy. It's a them. As per recollections, while these individuals for the most part believe Miller's trouble stemmed from unaddressed mental issues, their understanding did not preclude them from recognizing the actor's continually devolving treatment of those close to them as wholly unhinged. Some of those viewed by Vanity Fair claimed that not only has Miller verbally and emotionally been very bad towards them around them, but the actor also has taken to referring to themselves as Jesus and the devil. Yay, that's some good 1960s psychedelic cult sort of behavior there, isn't it? I think so. One source further asserted to this particular delusion was being self-reinforced by Miller's role as DC's current cinematic Scarlet Speedster, with the actor drawing the comparison to the Flash, the one who brings the multiverses together, just like Jesus. So he really thinks he is the Flash then. Oh no. Meanwhile, the 3 other sources shared beliefs of the divorce of Miller's parents in 2019 was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back regarding the actor's mental health. I would say it's probably 2020, to be perfectly honest. And a longtime friend noting that Ezra didn't start freaking out and losing control of themselves in public until after this happened. The Icelandist that it happened, he added, referring to Miller's now infamous 2020, "You want to fight, do you?" of a woman outside a local pub. And then it just kept going and going and going, much like the Energizer Bunny. It has kept going, hasn't it? A spokesperson for Miller denied that the actor's parents ending their marriage played a major factor in recent events, telling Vanity Fair the matters leading up to the recent mental health concerns were a combination of complex stress-related issues. However, according to another one of Miller's associates, this combination also included a significant ego stroking from a 55-year-old North Dakota medicine man named Jasper Young Bear, who accompanied the actor to Iceland after having been contracted to serve as their personal spiritual advisor. Wow, I want to be crazy and rich enough to have a personal spiritual advisor. Bear was telling Ezra Miller that he wasn't part of the movement. He was the movement. That he was the next Messiah and that the Freemasons were sending demons out to kill him. That said the source, who also noted that he sometimes uses male pronouns for Miller because the actor does not harp on their non-binary identity being acknowledged while in private conversation. He'd talk about the metaverse and the medicine and how they're the Messiah and what his work is there, the source continued. They say their spiritual practice is to be among the people, which means party. So when in Iceland he was out nonstop. His favorite were raves. He'd go on benders for 2 or 3 days at a time. Don't you mean they them would go on benders. Amidst these missions, said another source, Miller would promise the world to a number of young people he met, enticing them to their side, such as promises of, you're going to be in my band, I'm going to produce your album, you can run my music studio. Whether they were visual artists, DJs, kids that were in college, or sometimes kids that might have been homeless, like Homeless Superman. You remember him? He would recruit them in a period of vulnerability and promise them all these things, lamented a source. Which one? Which source? Are they going to name their sources? Yet, like with most things concerning the situation, Miller's call to spiritual service would not stop there. Oh, wow, this just keeps going. One source informed Vanity Fair that the actor has also enveloped themselves in an apocalypse narrative involving Miller's current traveling companion, Dakota Iron Eyes, the young woman who came to public attention after her parents requested a protective order. I thought it was a guy. They groomed their daughter with a variety of behaviors beginning at age 12, cult-like behaviors. Ezra is Jesus, and Dakota is an apocalyptic Native American spider goddess, and their union is supposed to bring about the apocalypse, detailed the source. And that's the real reason everyone is opposed to them being together. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Oh no, this is hilarious. Not only that, but Dakota's mother, Sarah Jumping Eagle, told Variety Fair, that Miller has professed that despite possessing absolutely zero Native American ancestry or heritage, they are some kind of messiah, and they are going to lead an indigenous revolution. He professes that he walks through this world as an indigenous, with an indigenous humility and spiritual awareness. Dismissed as indigenous insider, but point of fact, he doesn't at all because he doesn't care. So he's a fake Indian Native American person. Is that what it is? They. He's a they. He's a fake they. Do you believe this? Further, a number of those who spoke to Vanity Fair criticized Miller's self-professed polyamorous lifestyle for treating their relationship, like any sort of democracy, and more of a court harem. An openly polyamorous lifestyle that's not inherently wrong to me, said one of Miller's friends, but this is actually a patriarchal dictatorship where Ezra controls all the sex as the man and plays all the women against each other, screams at them, belittles them in front of the other. According to this source, this might be fake. In the same vein, some also took issue with what they saw as Miller's weaponizing their non-binary identity, particularly as a way to shut down any and all criticism of the actor's behavior. If somebody pisses off Ezra, they're transphobic or a transphobic Nazi, explained Jumping Eagle, because we're trying to protect our daughter and we're trying to point out what Ezra's done to harm our daughter. Now we're transphobic. Well, A supposed queer associate of Miller's even questioned whether the actor genuinely believed they were non-binary at all, asserting to me those are clear instances of manipulation, where it's like, are you really queer, or is it just a fun way to marginalize yourself so you can be even shittier to others? Unsurprisingly, Miller, I wonder how much that happens in the rest of the world. Unsurprisingly, Miller's rep denied these claims, countering the Flash actor stands up for civil rights, gender equality, and encourages the conversation and discourse. So weaponizing identity runs counter to who they them are. They're they them person. After one point said multiple sources. Here we go. There's a lot of this, isn't there? That's cool. His mind, they them's mind, deteriorated to the point where the actor's friends forcibly removed access to a number of firearms said to litter the Vermont farm by locking them away. Oh, thank you so much, $5 Streamlabs. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Believing they them's friends had betrayed they them and were out to get they them, Miller took out his phone, they them's phone, while speaking to a small crowd of people and proceeded to call a number of their associates and fire every single person, stating from business people, his parents, every single person, one by one. You're fired, and you're fired, and you know what I mean. That's my Ezra Miller impersonation from when he was like yelling at people. They them were yelling at people. One particularly bizarre encounter during March visit by Miller and Iron Eyes to Hawaii. The pair made acquaintances of a local polyamorous family. Upon their meeting, Miller supposedly told the family that these two were seeking to trade in the glitz and glamour of Hollywood for a single island life as a way to help Iron Eyes escape what they claimed was a bad family situation where they were mean to the kid. Probably. I don't know. Allegedly. He acted like he was a righteous man or a man of God, and he's helping this woman out. She needs some safety, said the polyamorous family's patriarch, who wished to remain anonymous. Miller expressed they had experienced a lot of trauma and weird shit in Hollywood scene, and added one of the family's 4 wives, Kaylin. And we were like, hell yeah, we'll help you out. So this is... Where are you meeting all these people? Then, after just 2 weeks, Miller and Iron Eyes up and left the family's island property, allegedly taking one of the wives, 25-year-old Anna, and her 3 children with him. So yeah, that was where he got the other chick. So he's just stealing other people's harem chicks. That's what he's doing. The way I describe it, you're in a non-consensual emotional BDSM relationship with Ezra, described one source. Another bluntly affirmed that every interaction with Ezra is an altercation. So him cray-cray, according to this article. Allegedly, after months of avoiding law enforcement and refusing to speak on their trail of controversies, Miller's wild ride seemingly came to an end on August 15th, where the actor seemingly, in an attempt to salvage the Flash's box office potential, told Variety, having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, I now understand that I'm suffering complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment. I want to apologize to everyone that I've alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I think it was fake, though. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life. So and now they them are in therapy. He's going through therapy, but he's just acting. If he's going through it, he's just acting through it. They said that he was lying. He was lying. That's what they're saying. Of course, Miller's spokesperson rejected this characterization, adamantly telling Vanity Fair that the actor is taking their treatment seriously. So, what do you guys think? There's so much more to this, isn't there? According to Vanity Fair, Miller is currently shooting additional scenes. Maybe they'll write him out. Maybe they'll get rid of him. Who knows? Oh, ew, we don't need to see that much of him, and now we're gonna get demonetized. And we were anyway. I am Mecca. What do you guys think? You think he's crazy? You think he's cray-cray? I don't know. We can't say it. Allegedly. I don't know if I buy that Ezra Miller went to the producers and apologized. I think that they probably went to him and said, hey, you're going to have to apologize. Or them. They probably went to Ezra Miller, they, them person, and said, you're going to have to apologize. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to... The writings on the wall, his name means help in Hebrew. Could be. Maybe he thinks he's helping, or they, them, they think they're helping. I don't know, but I'm craving pancakes right now, and that has nothing to do with anything other than I have blueberries and I might make pancakes. So Aya Becca and Ezra Miller thinks that they, them are Jesus now, apparently. I don't know. They don't look like Mikey Spock to me. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
The following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat.
Mystic, back, mystic, back, mystic back, never!
You don't want to hear that. That's awful. That's garbage. That's terrible. Where's my manners? There we are. Hello. Re-Hulk approves of this, doesn't she? I'm not joking. Ezra is to help in Hebrew. Okay. Maybe. Well, maybe they're just big fans of the song Good by Better Than Ezra. I don't know. This is what I had to talk about. Oh, Gen Zers. Gen Zers. Is Gen Z actually just gonna make everything okay? See, I'm Gen X, and I'm lazy. We're all too lazy for our generation. But don't mess with us! Because we were latchkey kids, and we could take care of ourselves by 9. Did you see that meme going around? I'll try and find that one. Are the generation after the millennials, the little zoomers wandering around, they're grown-up people now. Are they gonna actually be okay? Because they were, you know, getting the downhillsies. Am I muted? I don't know. They were getting the leftover cringe and cancellation of the millennials. You know how the millennials, they're triggered by everything. They need their cry closets. They need their safe spaces. They need their pronouns. They need their touchy-feely feelsies. They need to feel valued, like they matter. And Gen Z's just out there saying, you know what? I don't care. If I look good, you ain't gonna stop me. Gen Zers insist on wearing hottie clubbing outfits to the office. And we say yes. Like, who's going to stop me? Well, your millennial coworkers. For one, they're going to get all triggered and try and cancel you because they're a bunch of party poopers. They don't like to have anybody have any fun around them. They don't like anything. They don't want anybody to have any sort of community. They don't want anybody to have it better than them. They always need to have the saddest sob story. They need to be the butt of every joke, the victim of every victimhood. The worst of the worst. They always have the bigger sob story than everybody else. And some of us just want to go around our lives doing what we're doing. In a recent TikTok video, Danny Cleric, a young interior decorator and creative director, gleefully shared her workday outfit, a white mini skirt and a short sleeve shirt worn totally unbuttoned to reveal a lacy yellow bra and a pair of sheer yellow thigh-high socks. Why not? Why not? She's comfortable. Why not? If I had a corporate job, this is how I would go dressed to work. Probably not, though. You probably wouldn't. I think they might send you home. Maybe. Possibly. The TikToker says confidently in the post, which has garnered more than 200,000 likes. Like, who's going to stop me? Well, probably your boss. They might stop you. They might say you're against dress code. But then again, did you see the shop teacher from Canada? I did a video on that one. With a big old fake bazoombas out to here. Out to here. Like, they don't even fit on my camera. They were so ginormous. They were fully spling turkeys done. Pointing out in your face. And I'm trying to be as clean as I can when I'm talking about this. But they were clearly designed to be talking points. So if teachers can go around, just say, yes, this is gender affirming. I need to feel like a woman. Is this what we're going to have to do as women? To be extra, extra girly? That's another issue I have while I'm on the subject, while we're on a cultural, social issue rant. Why is it every time I see people saying they need to have their gender affirmed, it's people needing to have the exact gender stereotypes confirmed. It's I need to wear a dress because girls wear dresses all of a sudden. Excuse me, I sometimes will wear a skirt, not every single day. Girls are not defined by wearing skirts or not. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So if they wanna dress like this, great. If I had a corporate job, Gen Z is getting back to work and back to the office, but they're not dressing for the part. At least by traditional standards. On TikTok, there are thousands of videos tagged #work outfits. Or are they workout outfits? That show Gen Zers and young millennials flaunting office attire, short skirts, sheer tops, and sweats that have once merited a serious conversation with HR about looking either too casual or too provocative. I don't know. I think as long as you're in style, but now you can get away with everything, can't you? You can get away with everything as long as you're the right checkbox, as long as you're the right thing.
Damn, we're smooth.
Excuse me. As long as you're the right thing, right? As long as you're the right amount of checks and things. I understood dress codes, but I think they've become outdated, says Keely Barnacle, a 31-year-old who lives in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and works in a corporate job. Barnacle Face, who likes to embrace her figure with form-fitting clothing in bright colors, said it shouldn't matter what she wears as long as she's getting her work done. And it shouldn't to a certain extent. If you're hot enough to get away with a short little mini skirt, great. If you're some weird, creepy old dude who wants to have pointies pointing right at his kids and they're not popping them, then I don't know what to tell people. I don't know. You raised a bunch of pussies, in my opinion. Not, my generation probably did. Oh, it's a baby kitty. Oh, it's a kitty. Oh, it's a kitty. Oh, he's in a baby outfit. That's so cute. Can I bring the kitty to work, though? Can I bring the kitty to work? If you guys want to help out with cat food and toys and Treatos and foodies and litter. They need litter all the time because they're poop monsters. I do have Streamlabs and Super Chats and chatting and support. And that does always help. Just chat in the thing and keep our analytics up and comment and click on the videos the second they come out. How a person dresses is a statement of themselves, and I want to look good so I feel good. Yes, but what if you want to look like a hoe? If you want to look like a hoe, does that mean you feel like a hoe? What if you want to look like a dumpster diving, I don't know, She-Hulk? What if you want to look like that? Should we be allowed to have our dignity enriched by your presence, or do we have to be like, oh, somebody is wearing tissue boxes on their feet again, like, oh my god, Those working in human resources are observing younger generations approach to the office dressing with a mixture of consternation and wonder. I've noticed a few issues among younger people, said David Bradshaw, 45, president of North Star PMO, an outsourcing HR firm based in Boston. He said he's observed younger workers dressing too casually. So tell them, hey, buy a suit. And they'd say, hey, I can't afford one. I don't have a job. All right, Cindy Opeka. With Opeka, Human Resources and Consulting in California has been long in favor of more relaxed dress codes in the office. But she thinks the new generation sometimes seems more clueless sometimes than conscious sometimes of what they're doing. I saw too many sometimeses in there. She thinks sometimes the new generation sometimes seems more clueless than conscious of what they're sometimes doing. She's observed sometimes some outfits on sometimes younger employees that are sometimes more appropriate for sometimes clubbing and sometimes dating than sometimes a professional setting sometimes. But I think they might actually feel like sometimes they're dressing up because sometimes that is what they would wear when sometimes they would sometimes go out, said the sometimes 41-year-old. Here is a sometimes TikTok. No, I can't listen to your TikTok because you have music in it. Oh no, don't tell me your TikToks. No, I don't want to load up the whole thing. So that's what they look like. Mute it. There you go. This is when they're like, I dress like this. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the girl does look like she's about 12. But if she's looking about 12, then she's ready for the office. Sure. I don't see anything wrong with any of these. I mean, maybe some of the more little black dresses are a little more clubby. Maybe, but, whatever. I was going to say, is that Gina Darling from G4? Maybe, maybe not, huh? That's a little pushing it, but she can wear it. She can wear it. We're talking about clothes. I know, just what everybody wants to see.
Good morning. Today
we're going furniture shopping, and I'm wearing super shorty short shorts. And this, but not those. Well, we're wearing that. Maybe we shouldn't buy that. So what do you guys think? Better wear sluttier clothes or not? That's probably a little too pushing it, but whatever. I am Mecca. I am going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye! Sluttier clothes. I think sluttier clothes wins. Because these new modern day people are just such sticks in the mud. Such sticks in the mud. Rob, you want to go through the Rings of Power getting slammed by Forbes? I think this is our last article. This might be. I think this is everything. What else did I miss? Oh, we got a review coming for my Hunter Biden laptop movie. Hunter Biden laptop. It's awful. Watch it. It's awful. It's awful. Oh my god, it's horrible. Burp, 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 burp. That's the wrong button. I'm hitting the mic mute on the wrong thing. I don't know what Rob's doing. He's getting into something. Yeah, it does go a long way preventing HR incidents. When's the Mecca makeup tutorial? Never. I don't think I would have one. Just touch up in between topics, get your little poofy poof and do that. And touch up a little in between so you're less shiny. I didn't wear that much. I didn't wear a whole lot. The game of the rings of the power of the Ford of the Forbes.
Forbes of the Rings?
Forbes of the Rings. Why did you take your coffee with you last time?
Because I didn't think of that.
Goofy.
Hunter
Bird and Lip Derp. Hunter Bird and Lip Derp.
Take your germs.
This is the new one. And now Forbes is going after the writing on the show if going after Galadriel wasn't bad enough. Or good enough. I am Mecca. Please subscribe to this channel, and thank you so much for supporting this channel. If you would like this channel to continue, please chat, subscribe, talk, thumbs up, share the thing, all the stuff, and the Rings of Power. I am watching it in a purely riffing it sort of way. I'm not hate watching it. I don't care enough one way or another to hate it. However, this one is really, really awful. And even Forbes is now, this is their second week in a row, ripping in this show a new one. Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Rob Robot Shlomo. I'm as close as you have to a Lord of the Rings expert.
Because I'm just somebody who likes to rip into it.
Yes, you are.
Because seriously, how did Galadriel, she goes off on the boat, and then she comes back onto the island. She's Mr. Silly back.
The boat a-holes.
Oh, and then there's those boat a-holes. Update below. This post was originally published on September 17th. Who wrote this? Eric Kane, senior contributor. I read about video games entertainment. Oh, this is the same guy. No, this is the same guy who hated the last one. Oh, he's talking about one of these House of Dragons characters being racist. Oh no. I'm gonna have to entertain his stupid thing, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Aren't I? Oh no.
And you're gonna like it.
I don't wanna. What's my thing? Am I muted? I don't know if I'm muted.
You're not muted.
Okay.
Look.
Oh,
see,
okay,
the line goes
is.
up and down?
Yeah, I couldn't find it because I had scrolled too much. So this show has atrocious editing, story-wise, plot-wise. Galadriel is the OG Karen. She is our, Galadriel, you can just be our Karen of the Week. Where's my Karen of the Week bumper? It's in here somewhere. Here we go.
It's time for the Karen of the Week.
It's time for it's hers, the blonde one. Of course, it's the blonde one. She's awful. This guy says, "I've come to a sad realization. The creators of Amazon's Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, know how to create spectacle, but they don't know how to tell a good story."
You think?
No poop, doofy doof. Here, you wanna read this one?
Yeah. There it is, scrawled in blood on the wall. Writers and showrunners responsible for the show could have won me over with a good fan fiction. Well, fan fiction is never good.
No.
They could have tossed Tolkien's lore into a bonfire, and I have been perfectly happy if they'd simply crafted an enjoyable story with characters I care about. Unfortunately, The Rings of Power is written so poorly, it defies even my worst fears. Oh yes, I was awed and impressed by the opening 2 episodes, just like many others. But how quickly a badly written TV series can wear out its welcome once the shimmer fades. All that glitters is not gold, as the old aphorism. It is the old aphorism.
But it's so boring too, though.
Yeah,
it's too boring to hate, and it's too ridiculous to hate, I think.
Yeah, it's the one that Tolkien flipped on its head for the riddle of Strider. All that is gold does not glitter. But The Rings of Power knows only how to glitter. It's certainly not gold.
I don't think it has a glittering. The costumes even look cheap.
Yeah. It knows how to shoot pretty slow motion shots of elves on horses and orcs leaping through the trees.
Oh no, that was awful. She had her slow-mo face and she was smiling all weird and she looked awful.
Yeah, it gets the giant statues of the ancient kings and shining cities just right. Maybe?
So the background stuff looks pretty.
It has a sweeping score that's lovely to listen to, but is, like the show's melodrama, perhaps a little too incessant. This is a show of spectacle, and it gets spectacle mostly right. The problem is everything else.
Yeah, paying attention to anything that's going on in the show. This is a show that you just want to be playing a video game while you're watching and have it on in the background just to kind of get through it, just to power through it. Yeah. Because if you look over every once in a while, it's pretty nice to watch. Yeah. Sometimes there's interesting stuff happening, but for the most part, like Galadriel, she's awful.
Yeah. Galadriel's adventure in Numa Numa is honestly just embarrassing. She arrived there after being rescued and effectively just bullied everyone in her path like the elven version of a steamroller. The Queen Regent has her hands full from the moment Galadriel barges through the door and soon she's demanding to see the king, then asking for an army. Demon Slayer, season 2 finally has an
That's
actual...
more for me.
Okay, release date.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that.
Muriel has to lock her up and then pack her pack her off back to the elves to just get her to stop. Then, thanks to petals falling from a tree, she decides to take her back and commit her people, who moments earlier were all but chanting "Death to the elves! They took her gerbs!" to war in a strange land. Everything taking place in Numenor is just a shortcut for the plot. Move the plot forward at all costs, no matter how many characters are butchered in the process. I write about the hilariously bad black speech spy note recently, in another great example of shoddy written. Okay, for shoddy written in the show. Instead of actual character drama, the creators of Rings of Power simply make everyone bicker and argue. To them, that is character drama with one another all the time.
For no reason.
Whether that's Isildur and his father and friends, Elrond and Durin, Nori and the village elders, Bronwyn and the village idiots, or Galadriel and, well, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All anyone seems to do is argue. They think that's what they think it is.
Yeah, and everybody ends up being a-holes and just dirtbags to each other.
Yeah. The people Galadriel wants to go save are evil and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them seem ready to throw in with Sauron at the drop of a pin. But for some reason, we're supposed to care about Galadriel's quest to go fight and to save them from the enemy?
No.
Surely not. Surely just. I don't mind Elrond and Durin and Durin's wife, Disa, but their story is spinning its wheels compared to everything else. That would work, and could work if the rest of the show, it could work great, if the rest of the show was willing to also take its time a bit.
No, don't make it slower. Please don't make it slower.
No. I'm not upset with the show for being slow. I'd be perfectly happy with a slow show that did a good job at developing its characters. This show is tedious and rushed all at the same time.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, they'll open the map and quick travel and crap.
Mm-hmm. It's written like a video game. We said that. And while I like the Harfoots, they too have been written in a very strange corner. No one walks alone except for you and you and you. The little folk chant while leaving their lame and their elderly, their sick and their maimed behind to suffer and die.
Right. Dumbasses.
No one walks alone except you're gonna die. Then there's the new villain, Adar. I was excited about him at first. He seemed like a pretty intriguing bad guy until he let Arondir go to deliver a message to the humans, which, if you ask me, may as well be just because. Philippe Zapata.
Thank you for subscribing.
Yes.
Just because writers can be bothered to come up with a more clever way to get Arendor out of there, I guess. Way to undermine the very tension you were hoping to create.
That's CW writing.
Yeah.
That's CW. Just let people go. Just let them walk out the door. Stop them. Oh well, there they go.
There they go. Be a lot of trouble to get up and do something.
Yeah. We have spectacle, though lots of big dramatic moments with literally no build up to them. Arondir is set free, rescues Theo just in the nick of time, and then they run into the woods directly where Bronwyn finds them and escape dozens of orcs because they shoot arrows like stormtroopers, shoot blasters, and run as fast as those bounty hunters from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to remember that Boromir, at this point, right?
No.
Lots of little callbacks to the Jackson trilogy. Lots of little reminders that those movies were far, far better. Ooh, that kind of compliment. Nothing is earned in the Rings of Power. Neither is emotional nor epic. Things just happen because the writers want those things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Something happens and then something else happens. Yeah, like I said, it's all video game writing. There are no real consequences, no real hard spots to get out of. Just a string of events unfolding, frictionless and boring.
This could be a Star Trek Discovery review. It's just, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens.
Galadriel gets her army just by being a jerk for a couple days.
Right?
She Mikey Spock's her army.
Right?
And what now? We're going to war. The problem is, we don't care. Arondir gets back to Bronwyn, and his tidings are very dire. The problem is, we don't care. This is bad writing, pure and simple. Bad characterizations, choppy dialogue, characters who don't make sense, and clearly dislike one another as much as we dislike them. Everything feels forced and contrived, especially in Galadriel's storyline. I'm trying to envision the writing process here, how they came up with this. How they came up with this story of all stories they could spin. They had carte blanche to make up whatever Middle-earth fable they wanted, and they gave us this cobbled together nonsense with a cast of characters we could barely stand, tossed haphazardly into predicaments and events that ooze fake gravitas but have no real stakes. I don't get it. I really don't. I really wanted to like this show, and I was completely willing to suspend my disbelief and to treat it like an expensive fan fiction. But this feels cheap. No kidding.
Yeah, it really does.
This was a show I was eagerly looking forward to. There's your first mistake. Watching with my kids. Now I doubt I'll bother. That's about as damning as a verdict as I can render.
Muster.
Oh, okay, muster. We'll keep enjoying Lock and Key and eagerly wait for Season 4 The Dragon Prince Season 1 of Willow. There's always Arcane to tide us over. Lord of the Rings movies Andor just around the corner. Plenty of good stuff these days. No need to sit through this slog. Though I will keep watching so I can keep reviewing.
How to tell a good story. All the money in the world can't save bad writing, right? No amount of spectacle will ever be able to paper over a lousy script.
Well, the two guys writing this were recommended by J.J. Abrams. And what does J.J. Abrams do? He gives you a threadbare story, just throws plenty of special effects in.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine if it's a movie that's never going to be watched. If it's going to be like an Avatar The Last Airbender movie that nobody cares about, right?
For all its spectacle, Rings of Power lacks something precious, a sense of adventure. Here's a thought. Perhaps the show's creators should have started smaller, picked one or two of these stories and planted them, tended to them, and give them room to breathe and time to grow. Develop this smaller batch of characters and give us a reason to care about and root for them, and or loathe or despise them, or simply feel for them in some way. Next, put those characters into tight spots to create tension. Give them tough choices that are as painful for us to watch as they are for the characters to make, and move the story along through organic character motivations and interactions that make sense and unfold naturally. Slowly build towards the epic, era-spanning, globe-trotting, world-altering stuff, instead of rushing it all at once.
This feels like they only had one season kind of intended.
Well, one season planned. Really.
Yeah, and like it's gonna all just kind of wrap up as a cliffhanger, sort of. Or not even a cliffhanger, because I know they're filming the second one. It just feels like they're just rushing and throwing everything they can into one season because they didn't think they were going to get another one.
Yeah. One does not simply walk into Mordor after all. And one has to leave the Shire first and trek to Rivendell. One listens to elves sing. One tells stories in a tavern and sees beauty in peril. And over the course of it all, one grows and changes. The adventure is in the heart as much as it is in the winding roads and crooked vales among the high towers and warlike men. In other words, tell a good story first. Then let that story find its way into your epic fantasy, not the other way around. Update. Maybe Galadriel shouldn't have been the central hero. Oh, you think?
No, she shouldn't have. One thing I've thought quite a lot about is the notion that maybe Galadriel simply shouldn't have been a central character in the show. She's one of the only elves that has lived long enough to come from Valinor. In the films, Peter Jackson used the lighting trickery to make Cate Blanchett's eyes shimmer and glow because she's seen the two trees of Valinor and their light still infuses her being, including her hair. Hair. You're better at these words. Indeed.
Ooh. Fëanor was so bedazzled with Galadriel's hair that he came up with the idea to imprison the light of the trees into his gems, the Silmarils, which then were so bewitching to Melkor Morgoth that he stole them. We hear about this briefly from Celebrimbor, whatever his name is, while he's discussing his plans with Elrond. That guy appears much older than Galadriel, but he is not. Also noteworthy, with this in mind, is how precious the gift of Galadriel's hair truly is when she gives 3 strands to Gimli in the Fellowship of the Ring. Here's how Galadriel's hair is described in the Unfinished Tales history of Galadriel and Celeborn. Her hair was held a marvel, unmatched. It was golden like the hair of her father and her foremother Indus, but richer and more radiant, for its gold was touched by some memory of the star-like silver of her mother, and the Eldar said that the light of the two trees had been snared in her tresses.
I don't remember those words to Sister Golden Hair.
No.
So in other words, we probably don't need to go into it. If you want to read every detail of this.
This is a pretty long read.
Yeah, this is like a really long read here. But no, long story short, bad writing. They shouldn't have mentioned her. I have less of an issue when they change things for book to TV or movie adaptations than I do when it's like a remake of something that's already been a TV show or a reboot or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this garbage it's trash.
Garbage.
It's trash garbage. TV. It's kind of fun to riff though. So if you want to keep hearing us riff this one, we praise the crap out of the House of the Dragon though because we're such istophobes that it's just horribly good and such a great watch. And this is just hot trash. So clearly it's istophobias.
Yes.
Istophobiasms. I am Mecca. And
I'm Rob off camera.
And we're going back to the live chat. Don't you go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.
To talk about. Yeah.
It's hard to talk
difficult
about.
to talk because it's... Listen,
it's
we're
just
talking
boring.
about something that's boring to begin with, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And just discussing it is even more boring.
Right. It's like you almost have to do it while it's there just to have our...
Yeah, there's actually a town called Boring, Oregon.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Well, that's where the show was written. Boring, Oregon. Boredom. Oh, boredom. No, I'm not making that up either. It's Boring, Oregon.
I don't get what your joke's supposed to be. Anywho. I think I might want to play some Fall Guys in a little bit. We're going to get our Hunter Biden thing. Probably tonight. Thank you guys. What else happened? Anything else happened? I think we got most. Oh, this crap. Did you see this one? Was this yesterday or is this a few days ago? 2 days ago now. I've been... Well, here, we'll do the Karen of the Weeking thing here, too. Oh, no, we're not snapping ourselves in for this one. We're snapping this in.
It's time for the Karen of the Week.
We have two Karens this week. One of them is, I don't know, is it me or is it her? Is it her? It's going to be the Marvels exploring Carol Danvers' darker side. The darker side. I thought she was going to be singing and dancing again. I thought it was going to be one of those instances, because let's face it, she will sing and dance her way into your heart.
Mystic, back, mystic, back, mystic back.
See, isn't she great? Wonderful. And she can sing and she can dance and she could throw glitter bukkake all over the place. The Marvel's Brie Larson says that, well, she says a lot of things.
Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
She says that she's not very nice to people, is she? She says that type of stuff. She says other type of stuff here. What about this?
Am I pretty enough to be sexually harassed?
No, I don't think so. The second solo adventure will explore the superhero more deeply than the first and reveal her darker side. Darker than breaking a guy's arm and stealing his motorcycle. Darker than making Samuel L. Jackson drive her around. I'm confused here. Darker than shooting the crap out of a Blockbuster video because it has people on billboards or stand-up cardboard cutouts. Captain Marvel actor Brie Larson revealed that 2023's The Marvels will delve into the darker aspects of the character. She shared it on Good Morning America that the second solo film featuring Captain Lady Wham and People herself sees.
I just see people and I just play people. I didn't play Captain Marvel because I wanted to be a hero. I just wanted to be a person. And that was a big platform to play a person.
That is amazing and the most wonderfulest thing I have ever heard from anybody.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
This isn't about A Wrinkle in Time. This is about your Good Morning America Brie thing. You know, the Brie Larson-y Captain Lady Whammon people stuff. And I don't know what other stuff I have on here. I need new clips on my soundboard, but I never have time to do it. Larson shared on Good Morning America that it'll be very different from the first, with the 2019 movies setting up the superhero's origins and backstory. Larson explained that Captain People's next outing will dig a little deeper into the complexities of the character, including the flaws that ultimately make her human. Yes, meow. Come here, kitty cat. You hear him meowing in the background. Come here. You want to be on video? Do you want to be in the video? Do you want to be in the video? Come on. You want that piece? Do you want to be up here? Be in the video. Come over here. Up. Up. Do you want to be on the video too? Thanks. Oh, look. Can we talk to people? Oh, look at you, chubby boy. Oh, look at you. Here. So they're including the flaws that will ultimately make her human. Quote, the first one was an origin story of who she is. Now it's and 39. So this is all bot code speak. It's digging into some more of the complexities. Much more than at Brie Larson dishes on returning to Captain Marvel in the hashtag The Marvels and their new at Disney Plus short film. Yeah, you do to be in the thing. Are you pretty? Okay. Oh, there you go. Now you got to see who's talking. Yes, you did. The first one is the origin story of who she is. Now it's digging into some of the more of the complexities, but there's much more to her than that. There are parts that are not so great about her. And we can see a hero not being a person. Oh no, she said the thing.
I just see people, and I just play people.
She's going to be a person again. There are parts that are not so great about her, and she's not being a person that makes every right decision every time right all the timesies. Carla creates art for the kitties. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Where is he? What's he doing? Oh, he jumped down. Jump down. So she's not being a person. Directed by the Candybands, Nia DaCosta and the Marvels. This is just saying where it is. The film will follow the pair of, Iman Vellani. Ms. Marvel's in this. Monica Rambeau's in this, played by Tiana Paris. They worked out to find out together why they keep switching places with each other every time they use their powers. It's a Freaky Friday.
Excellent!
Rob, did you know this about this movie? Captain Marvel 2. It'll follow the pair alongside Monica Rambeau as they work together to find out why they keep switching places with each other each time they use their powers. It's a Freaky Friday movie. She's getting her wish, though. Ms. Marvel's getting her wish about being the whitest woman in the galaxy. So they do switch places. So are they in this different bodies then? So that's Ms. Marvel inside of Brie's body at the end of Captain Marvel. Oh, it's Freaky Friday in space. I've heard that they're going to be doing like some sort. They land on a planet where they have to do interpretive dance to communicate. So they have to dance. It's just going to be hilarious. With Carol returning. Reuniting with Monica after almost 3 decades, there is room for the darker side of the strongest Avengers to be explored. Ooh, of the strongest Avenger to be explored. They're still going with that. I thought Thor was the strongest again. To be explored, I don't know. Who's the strongest Avenger? It's certainly not Captain People. They're going with that narrative again. To be explored through the complicated relationship she has with her best friend's daughter. Monica also notably developed powers of her own during the events of WandaVision, after traversing through Wanda Maximoff's mystical hex numerous times. Her new ability to detect electromagnetic radiation and absorb energy will get more of a spotlight during Captain Marvel's next solo adventure. Along with Carol, Kamala, and Monica, the Marvels will give fans and the opportunity to see some other familiar faces of the MCU, such as Samuel L. Jackson. Well, of course he has to be in it. And whoever these people are. I don't know. Oh, for the Ms. Marvel people. Oh, good, Ms. Marvel's family. We like her family. Oh, we like the Khans. Yusuf Khan, that's her dad. We like him. Amir. Who's Amir? Do we like Amir? I'm sure we do. And Zawe Ashton was cast to play the film's villain. And Park Si-joon will also be in the movie in an undisclosed role. Goose will also return. Orange Cat, good. Nice. We get a kitty. So at least there will be a kitty in this. Wow, this is going to be awful. This is going to be terrible, and I look forward to every minute of it. And yes, Bree, we want you to play Captain People until the end of time, because Marvel is now the MCU. They're now awful, and now they are right before the riffing. And we can riff and rip into every single one of them, and it's going to be fascinating and hilarious, and I cannot wait. I am Mecca, and
I just see people, and I just play people. I didn't play Captain Marvel because I wanted to be a hero. I just wanted to be a person. And that was a big platform to play a person.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye! I'm gonna do a talk on The Little Mermaid. I don't know what there's else to say. I don't know. Well, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. As kind of a side note about the representation-y stuff of something. Mermaids aren't real, I think it was. I think it was mermaids are not real. And Elvis needs boats. I think we decided that Elvis needs boats. And that if you put recap, if you put the original Little Mermaid trailer next to this one, I think little girls are going to like that one better. Just because, you can see it. Because you can see it. Need some wobbly wobbly. Where's the wobbly wobbly? I don't even know if it's on here. Is it? Is it? It might not be on here. It might be on my other thing. If it's on my other thing, I'll let you know. What time is it? It is 9 my time. Okay, so it's 9 my time. That means we've been live about 2 hours. So, what do you say? What do you say? Leaving aside the fact Roots is not fantasy. Oh, I don't care. I'm not talking about Roots. Go fuck yourself, article. Lord of the Rings on Prime. You're all a bunch of Vista foes if you don't like our show. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I cannot like your show and not be a fan of the original. What does that make me if I don't like the white version? So, the Lord of the Rings needs boat assholes. This girl looks like a corpse. These are the House of the Cat being recast. I thought it was being racist. Being racist. Why did I read that as racist? I have no idea. I don't know. So they're going to grow up and it's going to be different people because we're jumping ahead. No. We don't need to. Alright. We're probably going to do a review of House of Dragons. We might do 2 of them at a time. I don't know. Might wait. I don't know for surezies yet. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, there isn't that much going on with The Little Mermaid, like, today. The thing I got coming tomorrow, maybe, sometime. We did review the Hunter Biden's laptop movie because it's freaking awful. Oh, God, it's awful. I did watch it because I thought it would be funnier than Kevin Smith's Clerks 3. Probably right. Probably right. Most likely. I don't know. Anything else interesting? Anything else interesting happening? I don't see anything else interesting. Oh, Andor. Cassian Andor. That's gonna be awful. Who cares? Okay, I think that was it. Anything else going on? World's most deepest pool. Oh god, it's the Mario level. It's real life Mario underwater level. I can hear the music. Can't you? I saw this guy going through here and I'm like, well, I can just hear the music of the underwater level of Mario. Can't you? Without having to Kevin Smith. I don't know. But this looks like Mario, doesn't it? So I went with the Hunter Biden movie, and that was awful. I probably should have went with the Kevin Smith one. Because the Hunter Biden movie, well, I got a review coming. People are going to hate me for it. But then again, you guys know me. I'm going to rip into it if your movie sucks. I don't care. So a spoiler, it's not going to convince anybody anything. Nobody's going to care if they watch that movie. Nobody's going to be changing sides. Nobody's going to be red pilled. If anything, you're going to blue pill some people who were red pilled by how cringe it is. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. We will see you guys on the next video, live stream or wherever. I might stream some Fall Guys soon, tonight or tomorrow. I don't know yet. I am gonna either, if this looks like I can keep it monetized, then I'll let this go live. If not, I'll clip some stuff. I might do both. Who knows? Looks like YouTube only lets me have maybe one video a day ish. Maybe. I do have a short coming. I saw something really, really cool driving around town today. So, we'll see you guys later. Bye.